Unveiling the Intriguing World of Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant, born in the heart of Königsberg, Prussia, on a spring day in 1724, would grow to become a titan of modern Western philosophy. His beginnings in this now Russian enclave of Kaliningrad marked the start of a journey that would forever alter the landscape of philosophical thought. Choosing a life dedicated entirely to the pursuit of knowledge, Kant never ventured into marriage or fatherhood. His commitment to philosophy was unwavering, a testament to his belief in the power of the intellect and the importance of moral and ethical inquiry. This singular focus allowed Kant to delve deeply into the complexities of human understanding and morality. As a central figure in modern Western philosophy, Kant's influence is undeniable. Through his rigorous analysis and profound insights, he shaped the course of philosophical inquiry, challenging existing frameworks and proposing new ways of approaching fundamental questions about knowledge, morality, and aesthetics. Kant's seminal work, Critique of Pure Reason, published in 1781, broke new ground in the field of epistemology. It sought to understand the limits and capabilities of human reason, proposing that while our knowledge is constrained by the ways in which we perceive the world, reason itself can lay the foundations for understanding the nature of reality. The introduction of the categorical imperative further cemented Kant's legacy as a foundational thinker in ethics. This principle, which emphasizes the universality and inherent value of moral actions, underpins his belief that morality is not contingent upon external factors but is instead rooted in the autonomous will and the capacity for rational thought. Immanuel Kant's profound insight into morality's foundation in reason and the autonomy of the will revolutionized ethics. He argued that ethical actions stem from rational decision-making, where the moral law is universal and applies to all rational beings, emphasizing the critical role of individual autonomy in ethical deliberation. Kant's introduction of the categorical imperative serves as the cornerstone of his ethical theory. This principle demands that actions must be undertaken with a sense of duty that is applicable universally, not based on personal desires or outcomes. It's a call to act in a manner that could be adopted as a universal law, highlighting the intrinsic connection between morality and rationality. His belief that morality is deeply rooted in reason and not in the consequences of actions challenges the ethical landscape of his time. By asserting the autonomy of the will, Kant places the individual's capacity to reason at the heart of moral action, distinguishing between what is morally right and what is merely expedient. Kant's ideas about perpetual peace are groundbreaking, laying the foundations for modern democratic peace theory. He envisioned a world where nations interact under laws that mimic the universal principles governing moral acts. This vision underscores the importance of reason and moral law in achieving lasting peace and understanding among nations. Despite never venturing far from his hometown, Kant's philosophical journey took him to the depths of human thought, reshaping centuries of ethical, epistemological, and aesthetic theory. His disciplined life and unwavering dedication to philosophy underscored the very principles he espoused, making his work a testament to the power of reason and moral autonomy. Immanuel Kant was a man of unwavering routine. His day-to-day life was marked by strict discipline, a trait that perhaps fueled his profound contributions to philosophy. This regimented lifestyle was not just a personal choice, but a philosophical statement in itself, showcasing the importance of order and discipline in achieving intellectual clarity. A beacon of the Enlightenment movement, Kant's dedication to reason and human progress made him a central figure in this era of intellectual flourishing. His commitment to Enlightenment ideals was not just theoretical, it permeated his entire life, influencing his disciplined routines and his rigorous approach to philosophy. Kant's exploration of aesthetics, particularly in his A Critique of Judgment, delved into the essence of beauty and art. This work, emblematic of his broader philosophical endeavors, sought to understand the sublime, merging the rational with the beautiful. This exploration further cemented his status as a versatile thinker, capable of bridging diverse philosophical domains. His impact on the philosophy of the mind cannot be overstated. Kant revolutionized how we understand our mental faculties' role in shaping reality. This profound insight into the human condition challenged existing paradigms, offering a new lens through which to view the world and our place within it. Initially, Kant's revolutionary ideas faced resistance, leading to a period of professional silence. However, this did not deter him. Instead, it underscored the radical nature of his thoughts. which would eventually break through prevailing norms to establish him as one of the most celebrated philosophers in history. Immanuel Kant revolutionized philosophical thought by introducing the distinction between analytic and synthetic judgments. This differentiation shed light on the structures of knowledge, proposing that analytic judgments are inherent and self-evident, while synthetic judgments extend our understanding beyond the confines of mere logic, thus expanding the horizons of human knowledge. Kant's deep interest in the natural sciences, including astronomy and geophysics, further exemplifies his wide-ranging intellectual curiosity. This interest demonstrated his belief in the interconnectedness of all fields of inquiry, suggesting that the pursuit of knowledge in one area can illuminate truths in another, thereby enriching the collective human understanding. One of the most profound aspects of Kant's philosophy is the division into pre-critical and critical periods. His earlier works are characterized by their exploration of empirical and rational inquiry, while his later, critical phase scrutinizes the limits and conditions of knowledge itself, marking a significant evolution in his philosophical journey. Kant's emphasis on the importance of freedom within ethics marks a pivotal turn in philosophical thought. He argued that true moral actions stem from the autonomy of the will, guided by reason rather than external influences or desires. This notion of moral autonomy underpins his ethical system, highlighting the intrinsic connection between freedom and morality. Finally, Kant's belief in a noumenal world, which lies beyond human perception, introduces a realm of reality untainted by sensory experience. This concept challenges us to acknowledge the limits of our understanding and to recognize that some aspects of reality remain fundamentally inaccessible, thus inviting a humble approach to knowledge and its pursuit. Immanuel Kant was a fervent advocate for universal education and enlightenment, believing in the transformative power of knowledge to elevate society. His vision encompassed an enlightened world where reason and education would lead humanity toward progress and away from ignorance and superstition, laying the groundwork for a more rational and just society. Kant's contributions to the development of deontological ethics, which emphasizes the importance of duty in moral decision-making, have had a profound impact. He proposed that actions should be judged based on their adherence to duty, rather than their outcomes, introducing a moral philosophy that prioritizes principles over consequences. In his A Critique of Practical Reason, Kant delved into the philosophy of law and political philosophy, exploring the role of reason in these domains. He argued for a moral foundation in the creation and application of laws, emphasizing the importance of autonomy and rationality in establishing a just society. Kant's lifelong interest in the works of Isaac Newton reflects his deep engagement with the natural sciences. This interest influenced his philosophical inquiries, particularly in understanding the systematic order of the universe and the principles underlying natural phenomena, thus bridging the gap between science and philosophy. His revolutionary ideas about space and time as forms of human perception have left a lasting mark on philosophy. Kant argued that our understanding of space and time is not derived from experience, but rather forms the very foundation of how we experience the world, challenging centuries of philosophical thought. Immanuel Kant revolutionized the way we understand our interaction with the world through his assertion that human understanding shapes our experiences. He proposed that our perceptions are not merely reflections of the world, but are deeply influenced by the structures of our minds, fundamentally altering our relationship with reality. By introducing the concept of space and time as forms of perception, Kant went further to challenge the existing notions of reality. He argued that these were not external entities, but rather subjective conditions that our minds impose on the world, paving the way for a new understanding of our sensory experiences. Kant's philosophical inquiries didn't stop at the theoretical. He ventured into the realm of ethics, where he believed our perceptions and actions were interconnected. His notion of a transcendental idealism aimed to bridge the gap between empirical observations and the essence of human freedom, suggesting that our moral choices shape the world we experience. Despite the depth and complexity of his ideas, Kant's works are notoriously difficult to penetrate. However, the challenge they present has not deterred scholars and thinkers from engaging with his theories, ensuring his lasting impact on a wide range of disciplines. Among Kant's most profound legacies is his cosmopolitan ideal, advocating for global peace and understanding. He envisioned a world where rational beings lived in harmony, guided by mutual respect and dignity. This vision remains a beacon for contemporary discussions on global ethics and human rights, underscoring the enduring relevance of Kant's philosophies. Immanuel Kant passionately argued that every individual possesses inherent dignity and worth, a principle central to his moral philosophy. He believed in treating people not as means to an end but as ends in themselves. This revolutionary idea emphasized the importance of respecting the autonomy and value of every human being. Kant's skepticism towards metaphysical speculation highlighted the limits of human knowledge. He critiqued attempts to understand the world beyond our sensory experience and reason, advocating for a more grounded approach to philosophy. This cautious stance on metaphysics underscored his commitment to what can be known and proven through human faculties. As a professor at the University of Königsberg, Kant was awarded the prestigious title of Professor of Logic and Metaphysics, cementing his status in the academic world. This position allowed him to influence generations of thinkers and students, spreading his ideas on critical thinking and the importance of reason in understanding the world. Kant's philosophical reach extended far beyond the confines of philosophy into fields like psychology, political science, and theology. His thoughts on human nature, freedom, and morality have shaped discussions in these disciplines, proving the interdisciplinary impact of his work. His legacy is a testament to the depth and breadth of his intellectual contributions. In his method known as transcendental deduction, Kant sought to establish the conditions necessary for the possibility of knowledge. This approach aimed to bridge the gap between empirical observations and the principles of human freedom, setting the groundwork for modern discussions on the nature and limits of human understanding. Immanuel Kant was deeply engaged with the puzzle of human freedom within a universe seemingly governed by immutable natural laws. His inquiries led him to explore the delicate balance between free will and the deterministic world, proposing that moral autonomy is not only possible but essential for ethical life. Kant's philosophical journey culminated in the vision of a kingdom of ends, a realm in which individuals, as rational beings, are respected as ends in themselves. This concept underscores the intrinsic value of every person, advocating for a society where moral laws derived from reason guide interactions. In contemporary ethical debates, Kant's emphasis on autonomy and moral legislation remains pivotal. His arguments for the primacy of moral autonomy over external influences or desires have shaped modern notions of justice, rights, and individual dignity, influencing a wide array of philosophical and practical ethical thought. Despite gaining substantial intellectual acclaim, Kant maintained a modest lifestyle, exemplifying the principles he espoused. His personal life, characterized by simplicity and discipline, mirrored his philosophical commitments to duty, reason, and the moral imperative, setting a profound example of integrity. Upon his death in Königsberg in 1804, Kant left behind a rich philosophical legacy that continues to inspire and challenge thinkers across the globe. His intricate exploration of knowledge, ethics, and aesthetics has cemented his status as a towering figure in Western philosophy, whose ideas resonate with enduring relevance.